Hey, what's up, everybody? It's like 12:34 a.m. in the morning. I couldn't get any sleep, so I thought I would go ahead and do episode 2 of the ins and outs. So welcome to this video where I'm going to be shedding a little bit of light on how mobile carriers operate to kind of bridge the gap between consumer and mobile service providers so that you guys get a clear understanding of why certain things are the way they are. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about porting numbers and whatnot. But first, shout out to my daughters because they allowed me to borrow their room since they decided to crash in the living room. I needed a spot to do this video without waking up anybody else because everyone's asleep. But anyways, porting your number. First off, what is porting your number? Well, it's taking your number from your provider to a new provider. Simply, that's all it really is. When the FCC pretty much okayed the fact that consumers who have a mobile number for a long time, way back in the day, used to complain about having to get a whole new number with a new provider to switch, they made it to where mobile service providers had to allow a customer's number to be released from said provider to be able to transfer to new provider that they're going to. So this increased the competition in the mobile market, because if you notice now, or if you haven't noticed but take a look around, a lot of promotions, either prepaid or postpaid, these promotions require a new customer to switch over. Now when they use the word switch, they're saying port your number over to us and you can have this really cool promotional deal. And that's majority of the reason why consumers switch over. I would say in the market, it's like 35% has to deal with network connectivity or just coverage, and then the rest has to do with promotions. So I'm not saying that coverage doesn't play a big deal, because for some consumers, coverage is a very big deal for them and is the reason why they port out. But for majority of people porting out these days, it's usually because a competition, or the competitor to their current provider is offering something that seems too good to pass up. And in order to get it, you have to switch over. So you have to bring your number over from them. Now, why is it hard to do that? Well, simple enough. Think about it like this. The way porting numbers is in a competition between the 4 mobile carriers and even with the prepaid providers, think of it like a game of marbles. Okay, if you guys don't know what marbles is, Google it. But essentially your goal is to be able to win the most marbles that's within the pot. So you draw a little circle in the sand, you put some marbles in there, you have your hitter marble, you have to knock as many out. If you knock them outside of the circle, you collect them, they're yours. So let's say let's take the 4 providers, okay? Each provider has 10 numbers. Let's just use that analogy right now, okay? They have 10 numbers each. Now, in this game, all right, the weakest company is gonna have the less numbers remaining. So if the weaker company is constantly having its customers say, hey, give me my account number because I wanna port out, if they're porting out to another provider, and they're not getting as much port-ins, then they're going to have less numbers to provide, right? So when people call in for their account number, which is essentially what you need to port out, they make it a challenge to get it. Now with the prepaid companies, there are some companies that provide you the account number. Some of them will have your account number on your receipt. Some of them will give it to you if you go into the store and you ask for it. Others make it a little bit more challenging to get. And why do they make it challenging? Well, it's their job to. Every mobile service provider has multiple different departments in them, okay? So you have customer care, which is the frontline soldiers, okay? They're like the first to take the calls. Every time you call in about an issue or question regarding your service, they are the front lines people. And then they have an escalated team, which is retention. They have another team that dedicates themselves to sales. They have another team that pretty much handles online orders or order support. They have tech support, which is an escalated department on the technical side of things. So they have multiple departments, but the retention team has the hardest job of them all, because their job is to keep the company from hemorrhaging customers. And while some people will possibly comment like, this company has the worst retention team, they make it so hard, in all reality, all 4 carriers retention departments make it hard for you to leave, because that's their job. And at the end of the day, when you're calling and they're not being cooperative off jump, they're not just saying, hey, this is your account number, have a great day. They're not supposed to do that. They're going to get fired. I mean, their job depends on the amount of people that they prevent from leaving. And that's essentially what the word retention means, retain, to retain customers. Their job, day in, day out, is one, to take all the BS that customers will throw at them. Because believe me, by the time the customer gets to the retention department, they're fully pissed off. So not only do they get, their hourly wage to sit there and get yelled at and be called every dirty name in the book from someone who's like irate and pissed off, but at the same time too, they have to probe for information to find out why the customer is dissatisfied, why they're upset, why they want to leave, and try to fix the issue at hand and to resolve it by giving them something, not only just a fix for the problem, but an additional something extra to show that they're valued. And it's like pulling teeth. It really is. Because technically the account number is yours. Okay? If you're stonewalled and you've made up your mind you're leaving, you're going to get your account number no matter what. So that's what I'm trying to put out there for a lot of customers. Is like, when you call into customer service or into retention to get your account number, know this: no matter how hard they make it for you, know that you will get your account number. Okay? At the end of it all, you will get that. So, 2, understand that the agent on the phone is not asking you all these questions because they want to annoy you personally, because they don't know you personally. But it is their job to understand why. Even if you still end up getting your account number, the one thing that they need from you that absolutely is beneficial to the company is your reason why you're leaving. Because if it's something that is a known issue for multiple customers, that is the only way the provider knows what they need to change, what they need to do different, or how they need to become better to strengthen their weaknesses, is by knowing the reason why a customer left. So in order for us to know why you left, we have to ask those questions. We have to dig a little bit, find out why. Was it a billing issue? Was it the network? Was it coverage? Was it, a failed promise? Were you told this and given this? I mean, they're going to ask you all kinds of questions under the sun. They have to. But while it may seem annoying, you're going to get your account number. Now, I know some of you guys will be like, well, it's my account number. Why do I have to answer these questions? True, yeah, you don't have to answer the questions. You really don't. But to think that you're going to call in for your account number and they're just going to give it over like nothing, that's bad business. That loses the company money. That loses them money. That loses their jobs. Their jobs are on the line. It's not you don't do a 9-to-5 retention job and think that if you have 100 calls a day and every call is a port request to port out, if they just give you the account number, they're not going to be employed tomorrow. They're going to be gone. So, that's the absolute truth about it. That's pretty much porting in a nutshell. Why is it so hard to do that? It's because jobs are on the line, businesses aren't there to lose money, and ultimately they need to know exactly what they did wrong in order to prevent others from leaving. Does that mean that you will never get your account number? No, because at the end of the day, it's your account number. So what can you do to get your account number very easily? And the easiest way for you to get your account number is to just be stonewalled. If you're absolutely sure you want to leave, no matter what, you're going to get your account number. Now, if you hear something that they're offering that's too good to pass up, that's up to you. If you decide to say, hey, okay, you know what, I'll take that offer and I'll stay. That's totally up to you. You as a consumer have the power in that. You as the consumer have that choice. You can accept the offer or decline the offer, but that's entirely up to you. You hold the power in that. With prepaid companies like Boost Mobile, it's kind of the same thing. They don't want to lose customers. I know Boost Mobile is notorious for that one, for you having to call in and ask for your account number, and then they hit you with all the questions to find out why you're trying to leave. Even if you try to lie and say something like, oh, it's just for my bank, it's just for this and that, they're not dumb. They know when you ask for account number, you're thinking of porting out. That's absolutely what it is. So with that being said, hopefully this kind of like opens up a little bit of light about porting and gives some insight to it. It's not an easy process, and it can get very ugly. But at the same time too, just know this. It's your account number. No matter what, you're going to get your account number. So yeah, don't feel like it's, there's despair and it's not going to be, you're never going to get it. You will. But now you kind of understand why they make porting out numbers a lot harder than it is if you just called in and say you want to cancel and then you switch to a different provider and got a new number with them, right? So if you guys found this video to be informative, let me know, smash that like button. Like I said, more in this series to come in the future. I think the next video I'm going to focus in a little bit more about leasing and all that kind of stuff, leases and installment billings and all that weirdness, madness, craziness. So be on the lookout for that video. DT Max XL, my review for it is coming out this weekend. So yeah, good stuff. Long video too, by the way, but hopefully you guys watch it all the way through. And if you watched it all the way through, comment the word port. Just comment port so I know you watched it all the way through. And again, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.